For 17 years, Tammy and Yvonne Coulter have been forced to live apart, even though they're mother and daughter. They were separated and Tammy was put up for adoption because she'd suffered a bruised cheek, an injury that social workers accepted was an accident. Well, now the couple are campaigning for the law to be changed. 5's Jason Farrell has their amazing story.
I was taken from my mother nearly 17 years ago on a false allegation. I was happily playing in a baby bouncing chair where I leant forward because I dropped one of my toys, and the chair collapsed and it swung round and hit me on the cheek and I sustained a bruise.
2 days later from the incident, a social worker came to my door and said they'd had an anonymous call, and from there on it was a long battle with the family courts.
Yvonne fought a 2-year legal battle to try to get her daughter back, during which time she had a second child.
A male social worker came in the labour suite while I was lay on the actual bed and tried to hand me papers, a place and safety order.
Yvonne was eventually allowed to keep her son Cameron, but her daughter Tammy was put up for adoption. As she grew up, Tammy was always curious about her birth parents. In January this year, aged 17, she tracked down her mother through the internet.
I don't know,
it was so
great.
Emotional.
Yeah.
We didn't speak, we just flung his arms around each other and cried.
Tammy moved in with her mother this summer, and after just a few months of knowing each other, they seemed settled and extremely close. And now they're even campaigning together for greater transparency in the family courts.
The family courts should be opened, and that medical evidence should definitely be based on fact more than probabilities. And if the family courts were opened, it would help children who are being abused as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It works both ways.
In a statement regarding Tammy's case, Derbyshire County Council said the decisions in this case were made by the courts. They were based on assessments by the County Council and the guardian appointed by the courts to look after the child's interests. We're confident that our assessment was an accurate reflection of the facts. They also welcome a more transparent system, and so does the government.
You can't actually dispel people's fears by everybody inside the system saying, don't worry, everything we're doing is fine. You have to have some measure of openness and accountability, and that's what we're going to try and do.
I think there are many other children and parents going through the same thing as what I did, and in 5 or 10 years' time they will be feeling the same way as I do, only I am the first young adopted adult to have a voice and say how I've been feeling.
That was Jason Farrell reporting that he met Yvonne and Tammy after they contacted 5 News to give us their story and tell us about their campaign. We want your stories too, so do get in touch. Jason's email address is there on the screen now.